All right, so we've got this document in front of us, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a mouthful. FA23224C 0001 PSFD F-16 CHILE M6.6 systems upgrade 11.21.2023.pdf. But believe me when I tell you, this is not your average light reading. No, sir.
Not at all.
Hidden within these lines, in this document dump almost, are some serious clues
Right.
about how these international deals go down.
Oh, yeah.
About this cutting-edge tech that we hear so much about.
Yeah, yeah.
And we might even catch a little peek at how our tax dollars are actually hard at work.
Always good to know.
So this document here,
Tell me more.
it's not just any old document dump.
It's not, no.
This is what they call
What is it?
a supplemental flow-down document, or that's what I've heard it called.
That's what it is.
So imagine a big tree, right? A big, massive tree. The main contract is that trunk right down the middle. And this document here,
Yeah.
this shows us one of the branches of that contract.
It's one of the ways that the money from the big contract flows down
Okay.
to smaller companies and smaller projects.
So it's like a map then, right?
It's a roadmap of the money.
Showing us who's getting paid to make these upgrades happen.
Exactly. It's a money trail.
And speaking of the upgrade,
Yes. Speaking of,
the document doesn't exactly hide who the star of the show is here.
let's hear it.
Chile's
Chile.
very own
Oh.
fleet of F-16s.
Okay, so we're talking about their Air Force then.
That's right. And not just
a little.
a quick,
Yeah, like a quick tune-up.
tune-up little wash and send it back out there. No.
This isn't just like an oil change.
No, not at all. This M6.6 systems upgrade, this suggests a serious overhaul.
It suggests, yeah, a very
A very serious
serious.
overhaul indeed.
Yeah.
We're talking potentially
Potentially.
new weapon systems,
Okay.
enhanced radar capabilities, maybe even a digital cockpit upgrade. Who knows?
It's modernization. That's what it is.
Yeah, this isn't slapping a new coat of paint on these things and sending them back out.
It's a whole new...
It's giving them a whole new lease on life.
a whole new lease on life, exactly. Yeah.
So potentially we're
Or
talking...
it could be talking about
Yeah,
a serious boost to Chile's air power here.
to their defense, for sure.
But before we get into all that,
The why?
the why of it all, let's rewind a little bit.
Okay, I'm with you. Back to the who.
Okay.
Because right there at the top of this document, a name jumps out at you. And I bet you've heard of them.
Oh, I probably have. Shoot.
Lockheed
Lockheed Martin.
Martin.
Martin?
They're practically,
Oh, I know them. You know them.
synonymous with,
Everyone knows them.
with military, military might,
Yeah,
firepower.
They wrote the book on this stuff.
They practically wrote the book on fighter jets. Yeah.
So when they're involved...
Yeah, when they get a contract,
Yeah.
you know it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. That's right.
What's really interesting to me here, though, is that this document
Yeah.
shows us that they are really calling the shots.
Really?
This isn't just them supplying the parts. This is them,
Wow.
leading the whole project.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this major military contractor. We've got this South American nation, and we've got this fleet of fighter jets getting a very, very serious upgrade.
Yeah. This is more interesting than I thought this was going to
This
be.
is a big deal, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friend,
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
because we've got clauses,
Clauses to dissect.
implications to unravel.
Implications to unravel.
We've got a lot more to uncover here.
A whole lot more to uncover.
So buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're going deep on this one.
We're going deep on F-16s, Chile, and the fascinating world of government contracts.
I am so strapped in right now. Let's go. Okay, so we're back, and we are in the thick of it with this F-16 upgrade document.
We are indeed.
And you know what caught my eye?
There's this whole line in here
Okay.
about a prohibition on a ByteDance covered application.
What?
I mean, are you talking about fighter jets or teenagers' phones here?
It sounds a little silly, doesn't
A
it?
little bit. Yeah.
But that clause, it actually speaks volumes
Okay.
about the world we're living in today.
Okay.
ByteDance, as you probably know,
Yeah.
is the company behind TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
So no TikTok dances on the factory floor while we're building these jets.
You gotta, no TikTok dances allowed.
Okay.
But in all seriousness,
Yeah.
What seems like a kind of a quirky little detail
Right.
is actually a huge deal.
Really?
Oh, yeah. This highlights the growing concern over cybersecurity,
Okay.
especially when you're talking about these sensitive military projects.
Makes sense.
Think about,
Yeah.
a seemingly harmless app
Right.
could actually be a backdoor
Oh, wow.
to sensitive data,
Right.
a way for someone to snoop
Interesting.
on the technology being developed.
Right.
So this clause, it's like a small window
Okay.
into this massive effort
Yeah.
to keep these systems safe.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So from TikTok to, well, this next clause is a little bit more grounded.
Okay.
It talks about a small business subcontracting plan.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
On an economic level,
Okay.
you see a contract this size.
Right.
It's not just Lockheed Martin raking it all in.
Right.
They're actually required
Okay.
to subcontract a portion of this work
Okay.
to smaller businesses.
Interesting. So this contract could actually be creating jobs.
Precisely this clause is basically the government saying,
What's that?
hey, we want this contract to benefit the little guy, too.
Okay.
You know, it's about stimulating the economy,
Right.
fostering some competition,
Right.
maybe even giving a leg up to a small business in your own backyard.
Wow, now that's what I call a ripple effect.
That's a good one.
This document has taken us from cybersecurity to economic impact.
It has.
And now I think it's time that we shift our focus a little bit
Okay,
to the heart of it all.
let's do it.
Chile.
Chile.
What is the story behind their decision to upgrade these F-16s?
Well, to really understand that, we kind of have to look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
Chile's got a long history with the F-16,
Okay.
dating back to the 1990s.
Really?
They've been a key part of their air defense for a long time. And this upgrade just signals their commitment to maintaining a really strong Air Force.
Okay, but why upgrade now? I mean, is there something brewing in South America that we need to know about?
Well, you know, South America, it certainly has its share of regional tensions.
Right.
But I don't think this upgrade is necessarily about some immediate threat.
Okay.
You know, it's about a country
Yeah.
just wanting to make sure that they have the ability to defend their interests.
Sure, whatever those may be.
Whatever those may be, exactly.
Okay.
So less about specific enemies,
Mhm.
more about just being prepared.
Being prepared.
Exactly. It's about projecting strength,
Right.
deterring potential adversaries,
Right.
and having the ability to respond to a wide range of situations.
Right. And we also have to remember
Yeah.
these jets,
Yeah.
they can be deployed for a whole host of reasons.
All sorts of
It's
reasons.
not always about,
Mm, Yeah.
patrolling their own airspace.
Mhm.
They can be part of international peacekeeping missions.
right. Exactly.
So it's a good reminder
Yeah, it is.
that these upgrades aren't always about
Right.
fancy gadgets and firepower.
Yeah.
It's also about
It's bigger than that.
a nation's place on the world stage.
On the world stage. That's right.
But of course,
Look-
all of this begs the question,
It does.
who is footing the bill
Yeah. Who's paying for all of this?
for this high-flying upgrade?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
It is.
And that's where things get even more interesting
Okay.
and maybe a little closer to home for you, dear listener.
Okay.
Remember those tax dollars we talked about?
Oh, yeah. So we've gone from this, kind of dry government document
Yeah.
to this whole conversation about fighter jet upgrades,
I know.
cybersecurity, even a little international intrigue sprinkled in there.
A little bit, yeah.
Who knew
Who knew?
that a single document could hold so many stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can find.
Yeah, it's like we peeled back the layers of this
It's like, yeah, peeling back the layer
complex machine,
of a very complex machine, and we're seeing
And we're seeing all the parts,
all the intricate parts working.
all the intricate parts, how they work together. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, it is. And the crazy thing is,
Yeah.
we've only just scratched the surface.
I was going to say, this is just the tip of the iceberg we've,
Exactly.
I have to admit. When I first saw this document, I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be all jargon, all technical details.
Right.
But it's actually been this fascinating glimpse
It has.
into how these deals actually work.
It's a peek behind the curtain.
The factors at play.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ripple effects that they can have. It's crazy.
That's the beauty of these deep dives,
It really is.
We take something that seems, maybe ordinary,
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit boring on the surface, and we
Yeah.
just uncover these extraordinary stories.
And there are so many, and in this case, the story, it's far from over, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We've talked about the upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
the players involved,
Right.
but there's still this big question
Yeah.
just kind of hanging in the air here.
Hanging over all of this.
Yeah, what does this all mean, for Chile, for South America, maybe even the world?
Right. I mean, it's like
It really is.
we're watching the opening scene of a movie.
Okay, I like that.
We've been introduced to the characters.
Right.
We see the setting. Now we're just
We're on the edge of our seats.
on the edge of our seats waiting to see
what happens.
what's going to happen next.
Yeah, will these upgraded F-16s deter conflict, or will they fuel an arms race?
Right.
Will they strengthen Chile's alliances, or will they strain relations? I mean, who knows?
Exactly. I mean, those are the questions.
But that's what I'm thinking.
That policymaker,
Right.
analysts, they're going to be grappling with those
Yeah.
for years to come.
For years to come. And
we can't predict the future, but what we can do
what can we do?
is we can try to equip ourselves with the knowledge to understand these complexities,
That's a good point.
to understand what's at play.
And that, I think, that's the biggest takeaway from all of this.
It really is.
Whether we're talking about fighter jets,
Fighter jet.
trade agreements, you name it.
Yeah, anything.
Understanding the details, the motivations, the potential consequences.
Understanding the why.
That's what it's all about.
That's what empowers us.
That's what empowers us. Exactly.
To engage with the world around us.
To engage with the world, yeah, in a meaningful way.
That's it.
And I think that's what we try to do here.
That's what it's all about.
And that's what we encourage everyone listening to do, right?
Exactly.
So the next time you see, you come across a document that seems dense,
Yeah.
maybe a little boring, technical,
Don't just toss it aside.
don't you dare toss it aside.
Take a closer look.
Take a closer look.
Ask some questions.
You might be surprised
You might be surprised.
by the stories you uncover.
The stories you uncover, who knows?
You might even find yourself
You might find yourself on your own deep dive.
on your own deep dive.
And if you do,
That's right.
you know where to find us.
You know where we are.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, keep those thinking caps on.